You know, Deftones have always been masters of balancing beauty and brutality. But on a track like this one, they pull off something else entirely. This isn't just a song, it's a piece of emotional engineering. Every single sound, every little detail is meticulously crafted with one single goal in mind: to make you feel like you're floating in water. So, how on earth did they do it? Let's dive in.
Right from the very first line, the lyrics basically give you an instruction manual. This isn't just some poetic phrase, it's telling you exactly what to do, exactly where the music is about to take you. Before we even get into all the technical stuff, the song lets you know we're going into a calm, immersive, liquid space.
So okay, how do they actually build this world? Well, it all starts with the genre. You could call this pure shoegaze or dream metal, but that's way more than just a label. For a band like Deftones, this genre is a toolkit. It's a whole collection of sounds and textures they use specifically to engineer that aquatic, dreamlike state.
So let's get into the sonic architecture of this thing. And right away, you gotta forget about traditional song structures. No simple verse, chorus, verse. The entire song is built to mess with our perception of space and depth, to really make us feel like we're moving through different layers of water.
It basically works in 3 phases of, well, sonic density. First, you have the intro and the verse. It's all ethereal and light, like you're just floating on the surface. Then, bam, the chorus hits. That's maximum emotional density. It's designed to pull you under. And finally, the outro just decays. It opens up into this wide aquatic feel, like you're just suspended in the deep. Each phase is a deliberate step deeper into this ocean of sound.
But how do the individual instruments actually create this feeling? The core idea here, and this is crucial, is to dissolve the riff into pure atmosphere. Instead of playing distinct, punchy melodies, each instrument is weaving itself into this seamless, atmospheric whole.
I mean, just take Abe Cunningham's drumming. This is not rock drumming, it's ambient drumming. The kick drum isn't just a beat, it's a deep, tonal pulse that's actually tuned to the key of the song. The snare sounds distant, washed out with reverb. The hi-hats don't tick, they shimmer, kind of like light hitting the surface of water. Every single piece is there to feel organic and misty, never aggressive.
And here's the real production secret, the thing that seals the deal. The entire drum kit is mixed behind everything else. All those sharp, attack-heavy sounds are softened. And the effect is just uncanny. It literally sounds like you're hearing the beat from underwater, all muffled and distant.
Now, Stephen Carpenter's guitar work is famously complex, right? But here, it all comes down to 3 distinct layers. First, you've got this clean bass guitar providing the harmony. Then, there's a layer of reverse reverb that creates this constant swelling tidal wave feeling. And on top of that, there are these faint, saturated lead melodies that act like sonic currents just moving through the water. It's not a guitar part, it's a cathedral of delay.
So for the guitars, the big takeaway is this. There is no riff, there is only texture. The goal isn't to drive the song forward with some catchy hook. It's to completely dissolve the rhythm, to wash it all away, and create a total immersive atmosphere.
And this whole textural approach, it even extends to Chino Moreno's vocals. His voice isn't just sitting on top of the mix like in most songs. No, it's treated like another instrument that's floating within it. And that's a key part of the whole aquatic illusion. And there's some real studio wizardry behind this. They use a technique called parallel compression, which is a fancy way of saying they keep his voice feeling airy, but also solid and dense. They use a very specific pre-delay on the reverb, just a tiny 40 millisecond gap of silence, so his words don't get lost in all that haze. But the real magic? It's a stereo delay that actually simulates the wow and flutter of old tape machines, making his voice kind of waver and shimmer, like it's literally suspended in liquid. And the effect of all that processing couldn't be clearer. The goal was never just to make the vocals sound dreamy. It was to create this very distinct, very powerful illusion that he is singing from inside the music, from within a wave.
Okay, so we get the sound now, but the words are just as fluid as the music. It creates this thing you could almost call a quantum lyric object, a song that's been engineered to hold 2 really profound, really distinct meanings at the exact same time.
So the central metaphor in the song is this warship, and you can read it in 2 completely different ways. On one hand, it's a deeply romantic love song. The warship is this protective, powerful embrace of a partner. But on the other hand, it's an incredibly moving tribute.
In that reading, the warship is the band Deftones itself, this heavy, armored vessel carrying the memory and legacy of their late bassist, Chi Cheng.
So, which one is it? A love song about devotion or a tribute about memory? Well, the genius of it is that the song never tells you. It is meticulously designed to be both, all at once. The emotional power comes from that quantum state, its incredible ability to hold both love and loss in the exact same space at the exact same time.
And finally, let's talk about the last piece of the puzzle, the mastering. This is the final stage of production, where the engineers basically lock in the entire experience. And it's here you find the ultimate proof that this whole thing was a deliberate act of engineering.
Now, this number might look super technical, but trust me, it is the key to everything. It's negative 10.5 LUFS, which stands for loudness units full scale. Just think of it as a precise measurement of how loud the song feels. And in today's music world, that number is actually really, really quiet.
And that quietness is completely intentional. See, this song doesn't want to hit you with volume. It wants to pull you in with depth. By making it quieter, by giving it more dynamic range, the engineers force you to lean in. You have to turn it up. You have to become fully immersed in its world instead of just getting blasted by it. This quote just perfectly captures the entire philosophy of this track. For Deftones here, the emotion isn't just in the chords or the vocals alone. It's in the reverb tails, it's in the delays, it's in the atmosphere. It's built in the space between the notes.
Which kind of leaves us with this one big final thought. We've seen how every single element, from the drums to the lyrics to the final master, was designed to create an immersive environment. It really makes you wonder, what if the greatest power in music isn't just the sound itself, but the sonic space it builds for us to step into and inhabit?
In the end, every technical choice, every bit of studio magic, it all comes back to this one simple, transcendent goal. Every echo, every layer, every single delay was precisely calibrated to make the listener stop simply hearing a song and instead start floating.